my bass drum. Hey everybody, this is Dan, Basic Camping with Dan, and we are heading into the first couple weeks of fall, and it's been really unseasonably warm. And today I'm going to make something that screams fall like nothing else. It's one of my favorite recipes. It's a no-bake recipe. It's what I call the pumpkin power balls, and super easy. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the ingredients. So the first thing we're going to need is some oat flour. I just pulverized this, added some xanthan gum, but you can buy it. And then you can get this at just about any grocery store. This is just the Slim Fast French vanilla, which is one of my favorites. And the most important is the 100% pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie spice. I am going to be using almond butter, but you can use peanut butter, you could use cashew butter, any butters essentially, nut butters will work. Pumpkin spice blend, which is going to give it a lot of flavor, and then also a couple dashes of salt, about a half teaspoon. This is completely optional. This is chia seeds. This is going to give your power balls a little bit more protein, and basically that's all you'll need. And you're not going to need an oven. Basically what I recommend is, if you're not doing it in cooler weather, if you're doing it while you're camping or out and about, I recommend putting it in a cooler. And now we are ready to make our wet ingredients. It's just going to be almond butter and pumpkin puree. And then also, if you would like, you can add a little bit of honey if you want to add a little, if you want to make it a little bit sweeter. So first you want to grab your big mixing bowl, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started with the pumpkin real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get the can open. And we're going to need 1 full cup of pumpkin puree. So go ahead and scoop that in there. And you can do a little bit extra if you need. You could always compensate by adding a little bit more dry ingredients. Since this isn't a baked recipe, really you don't have to be as precise. And then we are going to add our almond butter. We're going to do about a half a cup of it. And the thing about almond butter is it needs a good stir. So go ahead and stir it. And then go ahead and get that almond butter in this. And like I said, you can also use peanut butter here. It's really your preference. And then go ahead and add that here. Make sure you get it all out. And now we're ready to add our dry ingredients. Alright, so we're going to do half a cup of our oat flour. Okay, so then we're going to grab our protein powder, and we're going to need a full cup. So I'm just going to use the scoop here. So so this is a half cup. Sure we get it nice and packed on top. And then 2. And then we are going to add 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. You can add a little bit less or more depending on how much you like the pumpkin spice, but I like to be a little generous. A little extra. And then go ahead and stir that in. And then we're going to add a couple dashes of salt. Alright, that's good. Go ahead and stir that in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients, and then go ahead and stir. Take a minute to get all that incorporated. So just I would say stir for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add some chia seeds. I'm going to add just a little bit. I'm really just going to kind of eyeball it. Just a couple teaspoons. Go ahead and stir that in. And in my case, it seems a little wet, so you can always add a little bit more protein powder. So I'm going to add another scoop of protein powder. It is pretty humid right now, so it really depends on your humidity. Like if it's low humidity, you should be good, but in the summertime you might need to add a little bit of protein powder, and you can add as much protein powder until you kind of get more of a drier consistency. Okay, so now once you kind of have a thick consistency, almost like dough, we're going to go ahead and we're going to scoop it on some parchment paper. And one thing I do recommend is if it is on the warmer side when you make these, I'd recommend putting them in your cooler for a little while, like in a Ziploc or a container. Or if you're in an RV, you can put it in your refrigerator. But they will start to firm up, so that's why it's a good fall time recipe. Alrighty, they were in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Could be in there a little bit longer, but I just wanted to try them out. So, cheers. Those are good. But, like I said, these are more of a cool weather treat. So, like if you have an option, keep them refrigerated. If not, just make sure they stay in a cooler. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Basic Camping with Dan. I attempted to make some pumpkin pie power pops. Definitely going to try to refine this recipe a little bit, but definitely on to a good start. Not sure if I need to do a different protein, but cheers and thanks for tuning in. If you like this video, thumbs up, subscribe. Basic Camping with Dan on YouTube.